Welcome to Glacier Ice Arena for this Stream Sports Midwest broadcast of Central States Hockey. My broadcast partner tonight is Eric Willowite. My name's Aaron Schellen, and tonight we have a Squirt minor matchup between the host Ice Dogs and the visiting Winnetka Warriors. And it was a little bit of some fun before the game. Lights off, spotlights on. Let these kids feel like they're, skating on the United Center ice, right?
Yeah, no, they're putting on a good show. And that's kind of, when you get at these age groups, you're talking about like Mite and Squirt, and even sometimes in Pee Wee, you can't forget that this is supposed to be fun for the kids. And that's really what we're seeing here tonight. Hockey
is supposed to be fun, right,
yes.
Eric?
Yep.
Absolutely. So the Ice Dogs come in third place in this Squirt minor division. They're 9-5. We're going back into the 90s here, Eric. 9-5-0-2. We got a couple of overtime losses on their ledger, while Winnetka comes in ninth place. This is a 15-team division, so they're right smack dab in the middle of the pack. They're 6-8 on the season. We're about 20 seconds away from a puck drop. The Ice Dogs, I feel like they have like 4 or 5 different jerseys. Tonight they're going with the gray and black, which I don't think is a look we've seen before. And we've done a lot of games here.
Yeah, that is a pretty sharp look.
Yeah, the numbers are in white. Looks like they're piped with sort of like a, I don't know what you want to call it, like a beveled gray. I kind of like that. I kind of dig that. It makes the numbers look almost 3D on the back of their jerseys.
They had their Mite squad out here before that, and they were in their traditional whites with black.
Yep.
But yeah, this is a neat look. I haven't seen this before, so I like when they switch things up.
And then on the other side, Winnetka is rocking their whites with the green stripes. Numbers in green, piped in whites. And I don't know if we're doing, I think we're going to be doing player introductions, or we might just be doing the national anthem here. The 13-minute periods, they did bring out Jim Cornelius before the Mite game, so I think he's going to make another appearance here for the Squirt matchup. He's a busy man, right?
Virtually.
He's going from Vernon Hills to the United Center. So we'll step aside for just a second. We'll do the national anthem, and then we'll be back with some Squirt hockey. Stick taps all around as we're getting ready for this matchup between the Ice Dogs and the Winnetka Warriors. It looks like for Winnetka, Carson Harrison, number 34. He's hanging out there in the defensive zone. And on the other side for the Ice Dogs, it appears as though it's going to be Liam Fennel Vusco in goal, number 88. We got a last-minute pronunciation from one of the parents here before the game. We appreciate that.
He was working one of the spotlights to my left here.
Yep.
And,
putting the parents to work.
That's
You got to do that. Got to put the parents to work. Absolutely.
They even got a mascot here. I'm going to zoom in on the mascot here, Aaron.
Yeah, I saw there was a they were promoting this game earlier today. I saw it on Instagram, and they said that the mascot was going to be here. I can't remember his name now for the life of me, but
Icy?
That would be a good name.
Yeah.
Face-off.
Not icing, though. That would be
not
good.
icing, no. Face-off is won by the Ice Dogs, and we're underway. Puck at the far point. It's kept in by Vinny Behrens for the Warriors. Pushed around the near side. Picked up there by Dylan Lefferdink. Pushed behind the net and now around the near side. And You just gonna have to take my word for it, and that'll come through the paint and bounce out the other side. Underneath the stick of Barons and out to center ice. Racing for the puck here are the Ice Dogs. Feld tries to jump around a hit and can't. Barons picks the puck up. In the corner, far half wall, Ice Dogs have it. Out in front, swept towards the goal by Feld. That's deflected away, and out with it now comes Philippa Cuff. Ice Dogs now into the neutral zone with it. That's Kunjic. Clear it in. Picked up there by Keegan Nelson behind his own net. Nelson along the far wall. Ice Dogs have it here. Trying to stick handle through traffic. That was Rupecki, I believe. And out to center ice. Right back on the attack come the Ice Dogs. Nelson clears it in. Lawson Nelson. Now out to center ice. A race for the puck. Lefferdink has it. Lefferdink will take the shot, and it squirts through the 5-hole of Fennel Vusco, and it's 1-0 Winnetka here in the early going.
Yeah, just a little breakout there, and was able to keep the puck in front of him and the defenders behind him, and then tuck it past Fennel Vusco for the opening goal of this game.
See it here again. And just through the wickets, as they say, Eric.
Yes.
1-0 Winnetka with the early lead. Ice Dogs possess now. That's swept in on goal. That puck bounces into the paint. Gets up over Harrison and gets some help from his D to clear it out. His name is Selly, by the way, Celly. I believe that's his name.
That's a good name for a hockey player.
It is.
Especially if they score.
I would agree. Here's Lucas Giovannini, top of the near dot. The deflection into the goal, and it's 1-1. The shot was going to go wide, and it hit a body, and we got a brand new game. About 30 seconds later, it's 1-1. We'll take another look at that right here.
Yeah, that was...
Giovannini coming down that near side, got to the top of the dot. He threw it in off of, I think that was Keegan Nelson. And just like that, it's all square at one.
Yeah, 2 goals in about, a minute and a half or so? Not even.
Wild hockey here on a Friday night.
Yeah. Friday night hockey is always something.
It's the end of the week, right? Everybody is jazzed for the weekend. And
it's the end of the week, but it's the beginning of the hockey weekend.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Beginning of the hockey weekend.
And good crowd on hand here, too.
Yeah,
both sides filled up pretty well.
Always a good crowd here. I feel like no matter what day or time we're here, there's always a good crowd. These Vernon Hills families support their teams. And then you said it down to our left. A good showing from the Winnetka Warriors side of things. Puck is cleared into center ice, taken there by a Cuff. He'll go D to D. Finds Barons. Barons up through center ice. Played by Daxton Abrams. Right along the red line. Rupecki across the blue line with it. Rupecki skates left to right, shoots, and deposits it top corner. And it's 2-1 Ice Dogs.
Boy, we're going at a frenetic pace here in the early going. 2-1 lead.
I don't know that I can handle hockey this quick. You see it again here. Rupecki just cuts in between the circles and goes glove side top shelf, picking up the goal and giving his team a 2-1 lead here in the first period. So back and forth we go, and right back into the offensive zone come the Ice Dogs. Here's a shot in that's wide by Graham Han. And a chance for the Ice Dogs as the puck squirts out the far side, swept forward by Lefferdink. Kept in at the far point smartly, though, by Rupecki.
Yeah, that was a nice keep.
Behind the nets, in the corner. Out to center ice comes Winnetka. We'll have an offsides with 9:32 left to go in period number 1.
Yeah, really, we hadn't had any... Well, I shouldn't say normal whistles, but most of the whistles we've had have been goals.
Because of goals.
Right?
Yep, absolutely.
So I'll take that. don't know if the goalies will.
No, goalies don't like that. It's too many whistles for them.
Yeah.
Puck into center ice. This is Paige Simpson across the blue line with it. She loses it to Lawson Nelson. Nelson flips it up the boards to herself, overskates it. And Giovannini will have to play it behind his own nets. Lucas Giovannini scored one of the 2 goals. Nice little deflection pass there from Rupecki. Finds Jackson Feld, who tries to split the double team, gets cut off. Near half wall, thrown out in front, nobody on the other side, and Brooklyn Pfeiffer will be the first one on it. And she'll lose the puck. It's tipped forward, and here's Paige Simpson. Gets it out to center ice, loses an edge. Now Liam Anderson has it taken away. Pushed into the Winnetka zone. Giovannini, far half wall, skates it deep. Feld with the shot, and that save is made by Carson Harrison. Shot from the point. It almost hit a shin pad and went in. Now a shot from a bad angle by Rupecki, and it's covered up by Harrison.
Yeah, Harrison did a nice job of closing in on that near post on that rebound shot. It would have been a tough angle goal anyways, but not take any chances, just close up that post.
And he's given up 2 goals here in the early going, but one was a deflection off his own player, and the other one was a top shelf, over the glove into the corner. Not really a whole lot he could do about either one of those. Yeah. So nice to see him come up with a couple of stops there. Now out to center ice. Hand clears it to the blue line. Now Todd with it. Ferris Todd will skate wide. Gain the red line and dump. Vinny Barons spins to his forehand, throws it up the far wall. Ice Dogs put it in on goal, and Harrison makes the stop, and he'll cover up for another faceoff. 2-1 Ice Dogs, 7:46 left to go, first period. That was you said it, frenetic. About first 2 minutes of that first period. Settled down here a little bit since, but those first 2 or 3 minutes, that was some high-octane hockey.
It was.
Shot from the point on the stick of Ham. Hand tries to push it to his forehand and can't. Now Dylan Lefferdink has it. He loses it. Shot from outside the offensive zone finds its way in on Harrison. It's saved and cleared in. And now out to center ice. Lefferdink going right to left, and Charlie DuPont in ahead of the play, and that'll be an offsides.
Yeah, just kind of hanging out around that blue line, but on the wrong side of it. And Lefferdink didn't have any option there. Offside happened.
It's going to be the first of 3 games on Stream Sports Midwest this weekend for Central States. We'll be in East Dundee tomorrow for another Squirt minor matchup. So 2 of the other teams in this division will be playing in East Dundee tomorrow. And then
Polar Dome.
Yeah, the Polar Dome. And then you and I are in at Heartland on Sunday for, I think that's Bantam? No, that's Pee-wee. It's Pee-wee, yeah. So
Lincolnwood area, which also might get me close to New York Bagel and Bialy.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. You love your bagels.
Oh, my God. Anytime I'm like within – I don't know, a 15-mile vicinity of that, I'm going to...
You make it a point.
I make it a point.
You just put it in your GPS and just route that into your day.
That's right. I might even bring them to the game for us.
There you go. So, yeah, we got the younger kids this weekend, which is nice. We've done a lot of midget stuff lately for Central States, so it's nice to feature as there's a shot, another deflection, and another goal for the Ice Dogs as they are up 3-1 now, and 2 deflections and a roof job. Not a whole lot that Carson Harrison can do about any of those, and Rupecki has his second goal of the first period.
A very muted celebration there for Rupecki.
Yeah, it's like he's been there before.
Yeah,
So 3-1 Ice Dogs here in the first period. They win the draw again. Ferris Todd into the offensive zone. Near half boards. Puck will come out to center ice.
Oh, there was some holding going on there.
Yeah, somebody lost some lumber, and Randall Alt and Todd got tied up, and Todd lost his stick. Now into the offensive zone.
Lost being kind.
Yes. He had the stick and then he didn't have the stick.
Yeah.
What happened between that is up to interpretation.
Yeah.
Jackson Wilson for the Warriors now. He'll turn and go back up the far side with it. Now Charlie DuPont into center ice. He'll gain the red line. He'll dump as the Warriors will chase. 5:50 left in the period. Pfeiffer will spin along the near wall, loses the puck. Taken here by Alt. Alt tries to skate between the circles, loses the puck. And Giovannini into the offensive zone now for Vernon Hills. Leaves it there for Ballin. Ballin. Puck back to the point, kept in, swept back in deep. Giovannini throws it out in front. Todd gets a couple of whacks at it. That puck's still sitting in between the circles. Giovannini in the near corner now. Back out in front, the deflection up in the air, comes out the far side. And the Ice Dogs are taking advantage of these rebounds and these deflections, Eric. It's, you can't plan it, but it feels like it's part of their game given how relevant it's been here in the early going.
Yeah, there's been a lot of activity in front of Harrison here.
And here's breakaway for Randall Alt. Alt walks in all alone. Alt shoots, and the blocker save made by Fennel Vusko. They've been at 3-1. Puck will come out to center ice. And that will be an icing. 4 minutes and 39 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, that would have been a nice opportunity for the Warriors to at least cut into their 2-goal deficit there, but shot just went wide.
Draw will come to the left here of Liam Fennel Vusko. It'll be Lefferdink on the draw for the Warriors. He scored the goal for Winnetka, put them up 1-0. With 3 consecutive for the Ice Dogs.
It's a nice paw logo. You have to say that.
On the Ice Dogs jersey? Yeah, they do it well. Han tries to play it to himself. He can't. It's taken over by Lefferdink behind his own net. Lefferdink eludes the first line of defense. Maneuvers into center ice, but gets cut off there. Nice feed out in the middle to Paige Simpson. Simpson fought off, and it's cleared the other way. Here's Rupecki. Rupecki already with 2. Stick handles through. Rupecki in on the forehand, and the left pad of Harrison shuts the door. Rupecki looking for the Hattie in the first. Nelson clears it deep.
Harrison did a nice job, though, of staying with Rupecki all the way and then able to steer that puck aside on the stuff attempt.
Warriors now with 3:40 left in the first. Comes out to center ice. Paige Simpson with it. That pass a little too far out in front of Lefferdink. Ice Dogs now behind their own net with it. It's knocked away by Liam Anderson, but taken back over by Lawson Nelson. Nelson, little self-pass to get clear. Nice play by Lawson Nelson. Now into the offensive zone, and that arm goes up. And when you're going east and west versus north and south, and your line mates are going north and south, that's almost always the final result.
Yeah, and that's exactly what happened there. Just too much forward momentum there for Graham Hahn, and no way he's going to be able to stop.
Draws one forward by Vernon Hills, but Winnetka takes the puck, and we're going to have another offsides. The game has settled down a little bit, right? We had that third goal by the Ice Dogs, but there's 1 goal in the last 8 or so minutes of gameplay. There's Randall Alt. Forward to Cece Kozel. Kozel not able to play it cleanly. Now Graham Hahn 1-on-5, and draws a penalty 1-on-5.
Yeah, we're going to get our first penalty call here. It's going to go against the Warriors, and it looks like it's going to be Randall Alt.
Yeah, not best case scenario, I think, if you're in the attacking zone 1-on-5 is to draw a penalty, right? You're not expecting much more than that.
So a tripping call on Alt.
92nd power play at this level. Draw to the left of Carson Harrison. Face-off is won by the Ice Dogs. Rupecki tries to stick handle. Gets punched away, far wall, backhanded towards the net by Feld. The Warriors throw it into the near corner. Hahn overskates it a little bit. That lets the Warriors get back into the play. And out to center ice. Forward with it is Avery Carpenter, shorthanded. Carpenter has it wide, slips it in on goal, and it goes 5-hole. Avery Carpenter put the puck on net. Good things will happen. It's 3-2.
That was a beauty of a goal. A nice rush there by Carpenter, but finding the 5-hole and getting a shorty, cutting into the deficit.
Take a look at it here. Takes it wide. She was at the outside of the near dot and just slung it towards the net. It went 5-hole on Fennel Vusko, and the shorthanded goal makes it 3-2.
Yeah, we always say that, Aaron. Put it towards the net. Puck on net, good things happen.
Yep, absolutely. Feld now stick handling, dangles into the offensive line, into the offensive zone, continues to move forward with it and gets cut off at the last minute. 3-2 here in the first. A wild first period.
Yeah.
Out to center ice.
Still got 2 minutes to go.
Hahn along the near wall. Now Nelson with 1:50 left in the period. Up to Hahn. Hahn 3-on-2 as Rupecki on his left. Tries to go through the deflection. The stick save. Rupecki can't corral the puck in his skates, and that lets the Warriors come out. That's not going to be icing. That's swept in smartly by Keen Eaton of the Winnetka Warriors. Power play is just about up. The Ice Dogs 0 for 1, but almost picked up their 4th goal of the first period. Pushed around the near wall, and that will come out to center ice. Lefferdink controls the puck in the offensive zone, stick handles through, but now the Ice Dogs take it back with a minute left. Abrams across the red line, finds Giovannini. Giovannini skates it right to left, loses the puck. Near dot, puck is cleared up, and Lefferdink not able to get it out as Ballin throws it back down behind Carson Harrison. Now Jackson Wilson will do a couple of pirouettes, gets tied up. Puck over on the far wall, thrown to space, and underneath the stick of Todd and out to center ice. Puck in the skates of Liam Anderson. He controls it, throws it in on goal, and Fennel Vusko, he's had a couple go through the 5-hole, Eric, and you saw him that time. He just went straight down on the ice and fell on the puck.
Yeah, you kind of get a little gun shy when you have that happen a couple times. So good job there by Fennel Vusko to cover that one up and force the face-off.
Draw will come to his left with 20 seconds left in the period. It's one over to the near wall. Ice Dogs up and out, potential 2-on-1 if they can get to it. Nice play, though, by Jackson Wilson to break up the 2-on-1. We'll have another offsides whistled down with 11 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, 5-goal first period. That's the thing with these games, though, is you can have a 5-goal first period and maybe there'll be one in the second, right?
Or there might be none the rest of the way. Potential 2-on-2 here as Lefferdink gets across the blue line with 2 seconds. The shot will go wide as the horn sounds. Well, it was a wild one.
Yeah.
Period 1 on this Friday night. 3-2 Ice Dogs with the lead. Eric and I will be back with second period action in just a minute here on Stream Sports Midwest. Second period action about to get started. The teams will flip sides. So Carson Harrison now down to our right and Liam Fennell-Vusco to our left. 3-2. Ice Dogs with the lead. Feld takes the shot and the glove save and a beauty by Carson Harrison.
Yeah. Goalie's got to celebrate too.
Draw will come to the left of Fennell-Vusco here.
Interactive broadcast
It
here.
certainly is, yes. Rupecki throws it wide of the post. Cleared up and kept in at the point by Kaunjik.
I got to say, I'm glad they had that pronunciation because I would not have even come close.
Nope. That's why we appreciate the moms and dads that help put these broadcasts together for us, because you get what you get. Pretty save made by Fennell-Vusco off the stick of Avery Carpenter. Just a reactionary right pad save made by Liam to keep this 3-2.
Yeah, Carpenter bidding for her second goal there. Good shot, but an even better save.
Cleared into the offensive zone. Feathered forward, but Jeff Liu will play it back into the offensive zone as Feld tries to wind up for the wrist shot, but loses the puck. Back to the point, kept in by the Ice Dogs. The shot, the deflection down, the puck right in front of Harrison. Whistled wide of the far post by Rupecki. Back to the point, splits the D, and will come all the way down, and the Ice Dogs will have to play the puck in their own zone. It'll be Lawson Nelson with 11:30 left in period 2. Goes down right along the blue line, but the Ice Dogs are able to play it out to center ice. Vinny Barons. Now Keen Eaton flips it just inside the blue line. Puck is given away there. Warriors have it. And out to center ice. Rupecki, 2-on-2. Rupecki with Hahn. Rupecki taking it wide. It's just pocket picked by Jackson Wilson. Now far corner. Lawson Nelson dumping it in deep. Lefferdink tries to skate out in front of his own net. It's tipped away from him. Ice Dogs have it. Centered by Giovannini, and now out to center ice comes Lefferdink, 1-on-2. Lefferdink skating it wide. It's double teamed right at the blue line.
Over his own man there.
Ice Dogs now into center ice. Hahn with it. Hahn taking it wide on the forehand. Hahn far dot. The shot, the blocker save up into the netting. That'll stop the clock with 10:20 left in the period. 3-2 Ice Dogs hanging on to that lead here in period 2.
You know, we always talk about someone who has 2 first names as their name, but Jackson Wilson has 2 last names as his name.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You always hear don't trust somebody with 2 first names.
Yeah.
Does that mean you trust somebody with 2 last names explicitly?
Doubly so.
Okay, all right.
Yep.
Trustworthy Jackson Wilson.
That's right.
Puck up and pushed forward and out. This is Randall Alt skating down the far wall with it. Alt spun off the puck. Ice Dogs will take possession behind their own net with 10 minutes left in the period. Out to center ice. Now Todd with it. Ferris Todd into the offensive zone, throws it in on goal. It rolls up into the body of Carson Harrison, and he's able to get the mid on it. Cover up for a faceoff with 9:46 left in the period.
Yeah, both teams still getting pucks on net here, but as you mentioned and as we kind of alluded to, we have no goals scored here so far in this second, but the chances are there.
Rupecki will take the draw. He's got a pair already today. Ooh. On it is Philippa Cuff. He clears it out. Let have the legs for icing. It will.
Yeah, that one was like borderline.
Had to wait for the whistle. I couldn't see down into the corner.
Yeah.
9:34, and that's what happens when you get a packed house here at Glacier Ice Arena. Those corners can be a little bit tough, and that's fine.
Yeah.
rather have a packed house and, you know, a little bit tougher to see in the corners than an empty rink and, you know, be able to see everything cleanly. That's just, you know, there's something about a lot of people watching a hockey game and getting loud when there's a goal that, you know, you just can't beat it.
Yeah.
You know, the eruption when there's a goal scored. Can't beat that, I don't think. Here's Liam Anderson. It's pushed forward by Nelson. Nelson to Rupecki. Loses it. Cleared up. It pops up into the air, and the Ice Dogs will take it. Balin into the offensive zone where a cuff on his forehand. It'll come out to center ice. Nelson will have to play it there. Nelson back to Pfeiffer. Now Feld into the offensive zone. Taken away from him by Anderson. Liam Anderson trying to skate right through the middle. Cuts to the outside now. That's good defense. Good stick work by Nelson. Thrown through the crease. Alt was there, but the pass just a little too far out in front of number 52 in white. And now Feld coming the other way. Feld will fire the wrist shot. Another deflection that rolls up on Harrison, who will make another save. We have seen so many deflections on shots by this Ice Dogs team so far. 2 of their 3 goals have come directly off deflections, and we've seen a couple here in the period. You know, just pucks bouncing in on Carson Harrison.
Yeah, and that's the thing is Harrison's really kind of tightened things up there technically and falling on those pucks. Those deflections are not easy, as you mentioned, Aaron, and sometimes you just really don't even have a choice.
You just try to get big and cover as much space as you can.
Yep.
Here's a Lou. Lou knocked away from him. Near side with a Graham Hahn. To center ice. A couple players go down right in front of us. Lefferdink has it knocked off his stick. Far side, Lou over there with Avery Carpenter. Carpenter cuts Lou off the point. And it is worked out by the Ice Dogs as we're under 8 here in the second period. The trustworthy Jackson Wilson on the puck. Plays forward to CC Cazell. Ice Dogs sweep it up the near wall. Daxton Abrams into the offensive zone where Keegan Nelson will take it there.
And that's probably why he plays defense, too.
Well, right, yeah. You want a trustworthy guy back on that blue line.
Yeah.
Here he is with the puck here. Gets it forward to Lefferdink. Lefferdink tries to spin onto the forehand. That is onside. Here's Carpenter with it. Trying to stick handle through. Knocked away. And Kunjik on the puck now. Kunjik into the offensive zone, taking it wide. Puck is cleared up and out. Winnetka now down the near wall. Randall Alt into the offensive zone, trying to stick handle and loses the puck in the corner. Kept in at the point by Wilson. Wilson finds Eaton. Eaton turns and tries to throw it towards the goal, but ends up in that far corner. Now up and nice keep at the point there by Alt. Throwing it on goal. That puck is loose in the paint, but only gray jerseys there to clear it out. Wilson with it again. Wilson hits DuPont cleanly. Charlie DuPont is in on sides. Now Kunjik behind the net.
That was close with Alt.
It was very close. Jackson Wilson, who's been out there for about 17 straight minutes now, clears it into the zone. On it here is DuPont. His shot doesn't make it through. Ice Dogs up and out, and Jackson Wilson again has it taken away by Feld. Feld cuts in, Feld dangles, Feld in on the backhand, got a little too tight, and Harrison was able to fight it off using that left pad. He falls down, and it'll come out to center ice. That was some pretty stick handling by Jackson Feld, but just got a little too deep, Eric.
Yeah, he did.
Now the other way, Ice Dogs have it.
Carson Harrison did a nice job protecting that side.
Backhanded in, Harrison makes the save. In the corner, 2 to a side down there, 5.5 left. Keegan Nelson getting hounded as he tries to skate up and out. He loses the puck. Ice Dogs now with a chance. There's another blocker save made by Carson Harrison. That was off Kunjik, I believe. Oh, that was Rupecki. That was 16.
Yeah, that one had some velocity on it.
Rupecki stops along the far half wall, throws it out in front. And now Charlie DuPont for Winnetka, throwing it forward for Alt. Alt will walk in, his second breakaway chance of the game, and he lifts it up over the crossbar. You can see what he was trying to do, Eric. He was trying to go up over a fallen goalie, but just got a little underneath it.
Yeah, got those wrists turned a little too much and almost went into the netting.
Other way, Feld with the shot, and the glove save is made by Harrison.
So it's the period of the goalie.
Which is what we talked about, right? 5 goals in the first and nothing so far here in the second.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean we could have 3 in the last 4.5.
Very good point.
You never know. It's hockey.
Yep. Ice Dogs have it here. Backhanded towards the goal, and it's deflected down in the near corner now. Ice Dogs walk out in front, throw it through the paint, comes out the other side, and that's Liam Anderson. Anderson with some speed through the neutral zone. And he gets cut off by Lawson Nelson. Nelson falls down, but the Ice Dogs will continue to possess. Good stick work by Paige Simpson, who throws it towards the goal. Cleared up, and the Ice Dogs will work it out.
I guess we got to talk about Lawson Nelson in that 2 last names.
Yeah, you got another one there too.
That's
trustworthy.
Yeah.
Just trustworthy individuals.
You know, if you give your son or daughter 2 last names as a name, you really trust them.
That's thrown around far wall. Paige Simpson. It's under her stick, and the Ice Dogs out to center ice. Graham Hahn stops, turns back to his forehand. The shot off the leg pad of Vinnie Behrens. Now Dylan Lefferdink. Lefferdink, 1-on-4. Oh, nice drag along the blue line. His shot, though, is deflected wide. Deflected puck will come all the way out to center ice with 3 minutes left. Vinnie Behrens will be the first one on it for the Warriors. Giveaway there. Ice Dogs throw it out in front, and that forces Harrison to make the save.
Carson Harrison. What's going on tonight, Aaron? I was going to say, though, a lot of the Warriors' rushes that we've seen tonight have been like 1-on-2s, 1-on-3s. They haven't really gotten those like either even strength or player advantage rushes. They've all been kind of the numbers against them, but doesn't mean they haven't been pushing it toward the net either.
No, we don't have shots on goal tracked, but they're getting opportunities, and so far so good for them. Randall Alt has his pocket picked at the blue line. This is Feld. Now in the corner. One-on-one battle there between Rupecki and Jackson Wilson. Here's Wilson, tries to skate out in front on the forehand and almost lost the puck. Now CC Kozel into the offensive zone. Little shovel pass on the backhand, but played nicely by the Ice Dogs with 2:10 left. Feld in the corner, he'll stop there. Rupecki out in front. It's off the left pad and wide. Feld again. Good defense by Keegan Nelson to knock it down with his shin pads. Randall Alt carries it into the corner, and it comes out to center ice where it's played by Daxton Abrams. Rupecki gets sandwiched as he crosses the blue line. It's Avery Carpenter with it, and she's able to clear it out. Ice Dogs offsides, and we'll have a whistle. And that's what you get with that door on the inside of the offensive zone on the period of the long change. Yeah. You see those offsides quite a bit in those instances.
Well, a minute and a half to go here in the second period to see if either team can get a tally on the board. The Warriors looking for the equalizer, and obviously the Ice Dogs looking to gain that 2-goal advantage.
Puck sitting on the blue line, and Graham Hahn in ahead of the play, so another offsides. Todd against Lefferdink on this one. It's won by Lefferdink, but the Ice Dogs get there first. It's Graham Hahn. Hahn low, and tries to slap it into the slot. Now Lefferdink on the far wall, has some space, and will skate it out to center ice. Bringing it along the near side now, knocked away from him. Now Todd the other way. Todd getting cut off by Philippa Cuff right at the blue line. Vinnie Barons overskates the puck, and we'll have another offsides.
Sort of a choppy end to the second period here with
little bit.
A lot of the whistles going on.
Little bit. That's all right, though. 55.4 seconds left in period number 2. We had a wild 5-goal first period, and as we anticipated, nothing so far here in the second. Hahn has some space, tries to flip it towards the front of the goal. It rolls up on to the back of the net. Players whack at the back of the net, and the referee finally blows the whistle with 36 and a half left.
He gave him a few seconds to see if they can dislodge it, but after a few futile attempts, he had to blow the whistle.
Daniel Balan will not take the draw. He was in the face-off circle for a moment. It'll be Noah Rupecki. Rupecki with 2 goals in that first. And I'm watching them bounce their sticks, trying to get that edge. And Rupecki gets the draw, the win, the shot goes wide of the near post. Rupecki right in between the circles. That puck is loose in the paint, and Todd puts it into the pads of Harrison, and then Ferris Todd gets a 2-handed shiver for his efforts.
Yeah, that was a good offensive zone draw for the Ice Dogs. They were able to get a couple attempts on the net, but Carson Harrison denying both.
Rupecki on the draw. It's won cleanly by Winnetka. Liam Anderson holds. Goes D to D. Swept up but not out. Barons is able to play it out to center ice with 12 seconds left. Racing back forward is Giovannini with 8. Giovannini out to center ice. That puck bounces into the neutral zone, and that is how the second period will come to an end. So a 5-goal first followed by a 0-goal second. We'll be back with third period action here in just a minute. Ice Dogs 3, Winnetka 2 on Stream Sports Midwest. Third period underway here at Glacier Ice Arena. 3-2 Ice Dogs with the lead. Right off the shoot, Hahn off the crossbar and up into the netting. Graham Hahn, a breakaway, 8 seconds into the third period. Had Harrison beat, but hit the iron.
Well, that's how you start a period. Win the draw, get a shot within 8 seconds.
Yeah, the Ice Dogs have done a pretty good job generating offense right off of faceoffs. We saw it at the end of the second. Then here to start the third, Hahn again.
Ooh.
Not able to pull the trigger, and Randall Alt clears it out. Kunjik has his pocket picked, thrown out in front, but Daxton Abrams is the only one there, and that's cleared the other way, and I think that's going to go all the way down on Harrison. He'll stop it there, taps it over to Keegan Nelson. Nelson, the aerial pass to center ice. Knocked away from Jackson Feld, and Abrams will have to play it in his own zone. Giveaway, though. Alt now. Alt with another chance. The backhand, and the save is made by Fennel Vusko. And Randall Alt hasn't scored a goal yet, but he's had 3 breakaway opportunities, and he's come close each time, but Liam Fennel Vusko has kept it a 1-goal game.
Yeah, both teams getting chances here in the first 45 seconds of the third period. So this game will continue to entertain us.
Yeah, it's been a fun one tonight.
Yeah.
That's what you hope for on a Friday night, right? You hope everybody's not tired from the week and you get some good, clean fun, and that's what we've had so far. Nelson knocked down, but plays it forward to Hahn. Hahn into the offensive zone. Hahn cuts it back on the backhand. Not taken away, though, by Dylan Lefferdink. Lefferdink now 1-on-2. Trying to skate through. Townsend does. Lefferdink just throws it in on the backhand, and Fennel Vusko is there to cover up.
Yeah, he just didn't have, he kept getting pushed towards the perimeter there, so he just threw a backhander on it. Not a whole lot on it, but they're at least going to get an offensive zone draw.
Face off to the left of Liam Fennel Vusko. Lefferdink will lose the draw, but gets it back, walks in. The shot off the mask, I think, of Fennel Vusko. Warriors have had a couple of prime chances here already in the third. Ballin now down the near wall. It's knocked off the puck by Avery Carpenter. Now in the corner with it. Comes out to center ice where Lefferdink will skate down with Kozel on his left. Lefferdink spins onto the forehand. Skates through Kozel's shots. And Fennel Vusko makes the save.
Fennel Vusko doing a good job there, tracking to his right where the shooter was in Kozel, and able to stuff that one. But a nice tap in there by Lefferdink to just kind of get it forward to Kozel and at least get the shot off.
Liam getting some pats from his teammates on that one. 11:05 left. Hahn tries to take the puck out of the face-off dot. Backhanded up and out. Thrown forward by Keegan Nelson. And now Hahn into center ice. Hahn skates forward, gains the blue line. Hahn tries to sweep it out in front, but that was good body work by Randall Alt. Almost a giveaway. Centering feed there, looking for Giovannini, and now the other way comes Charlie DuPont. Nice outlet pass to Keen Eaton, but Eaton not able to play it cleanly. Now Giovannini into the offensive zone, sweeps it forward. Randall Alt the other way. Alt across the red line. Alt will gain the red line and dump, and Lawson Nelson now flips it along the near wall. Giovannini. Walled off by Keegan Nelson, but cleared right back the other way, and Jackson Wilson will play at top of the near dot on the near side. It's given away there by Rupecki, but the Ice Dogs are offside. Rupecki does a nice job waiting. Gets into the offensive zone, makes a move, and then loses the puck. And Alt the other way, Randall Alt 2-on-2. Alt cuts to his right, or to his left rather. His shots as he goes tumbling, doesn't make it in on Fennel Vusko. 9.5 left. Feld. Swept away by Eaton. Kunjik takes the shot from outside the blue line. It bounces in on Carson Harrison, and he'll make the save with 9:11 left in the third period. Still 3-2 Ice Dogs. It's the way it's been since, what about the 3-minute mark of the first period?
Yeah.
The last goal came with about 3 minutes left in the first.
No, it really has. And then that play there, Carson Harrison, he really hasn't been tested over the last few strides up and down the ice there. So no one was really on him from the Ice Dogs, but he took a chance to just kind of cover it up and live another day.
Abrams chunks the slap shot into the far corner. Cleared in. Vinny Barons for Winnetka with 8:50 left. Barons gives it away to Rupecki. Rupecki's shot, the glove save. It comes out of the glove of Harrison, but Lefferdink able to skate onto it and start the attack the other way. Overskates it and puts himself offsides.
Yeah, Rupecki was angling for that top right shelf, and Harrison able to glove that one down. Puck came right out, but the first things first is make the save.
Face-off is won cleanly, but all the way back into the Winnetka Warriors zone where Philippa Cuff plays it up the near wall. It'll come out, and is that going to be icing, or was it cleared out? It will be an icing with 8:23 left. Shot into the body of Harrison by Jackson Feld. Again, right off the face-off.
Yeah, Feld's had a few shots with some velocity on it.
Mustard.
Yes.
Cleared in offsides. That's I want to say at least the third or fourth chance that the Ice Dogs have had right off the draw, like bang, bang. Face-off win, shot on goal.
Yep. Just identifies the significance of winning draws, no matter where, but especially in the offensive zone.
Kept in at the point for the moment. Now Avery Carpenter into the neutral zone with it. Nelson will skate to the far side. She's got some space. She's got some speed. Cuts back to her left. Is taken down. Here's a chance though. Ooh, tough whistle.
Yeah, I think Carpenter's going to go for a trip there.
Go for a trip, and that was a quick whistle. The puck hit the skate of the Winnetka skater, but certainly didn't have control of the puck.
Yeah.
At any rate, it'll be a face-off or it'll be a power play for the Ice Dogs here. 90-second power play, 7:47 left in the third. Rupecki will take the draw. Hahn sweeps it deep, but Jackson Wilson will try to throw it up the near wall to play it out. He can't. He'll take it into the near corner. Tries the near wall again. Nelson keeps it in, but now it's out. Randall Alt. It's double teamed. Rupecki will take the puck here. Rupecki with some space and some speed across the blue line. Rupecki taking it wide. And a shot by Hahn. Would have knuckled its way in on Harrison, and Carson was able to make the save. Rupecki again will turn and throw it towards goal. It ends up in the near corner. Giveaway out in front. Rupecki not able to get anything on the shot, though. Good defense by Wilson to tie up Rupecki as he tried to take the shot. Swept out in front. Jackson Wilson now into the neutral zone. Chips it forward. Charlie DuPont one-hands it forward. There's 24 seconds left on the power play. DuPont with some good work in that corner. Feld now cuts to his right, back to his left, back to his right, back to his left. Tries to dangle. He's on his backhand and eventually gets cut down by the Warriors defense. Power play is up. Still 3-2. Cleared up and not out. Todd throws it into the far corner. Played over there by Wilson. Back to a cuff out into the neutral zone. Cuff cut off by Kunjik. Kept in at the point. First one on it will be Lefferdink. Lefferdink has it on his backhand, throws it out in front. 2 white jerseys right out in front. DuPont turns and fires, and it's deflected wide. Good keep, though, by a cuff at that near point. Swept around. Racing for it will be Todd and DuPont. It'll be Todd. And the Ice Dogs are able to play it to center ice. Jeff Liu. Liu tries to cut to his right, loses an edge. Eaton out to center ice and a potential 2-on-1. Paige Simpson has it. Simpson throws it forward for Lefferdink, and it's covered up by Fennel Vusco with 5:11 left in the third.
We go back to our right, just that play before, behind the net with 2 white jerseys out in front. It was a great centering attempt by Lefferdink, but unfortunately for the Warriors, weren't able to capitalize there. And then on this rush with Simpson, the pass was just too far out in front for Lefferdink to get there in time.
Draws won by Winnetka, but the Ice Dogs will take possession here. Good move by Feld to get clear. And Jackson Wilson falls down, but it ends up being the right play as he's able to defend it and comes out to center ice.
That's why he's trustworthy. Even when he makes a mistake,
it works out.
Yeah.
Giovannini loses the puck, and Randall Alt now into the offensive zone. Alt trying to skate forward, but runs into Emily Townsend. Now Feld tries that stop and go move, takes the puck in the offensive zone, cuts to his outside. Feld tries to wind up on the wrist shot, loses the puck. The backhand, here's a shot from the point that goes wide by Giovannini. Behind the net, Feld tries to tuck it. That puck is still loose. Here's another chance. Feld finally is able to dig it out and on the backhand make the score 4-2.
Yeah, that was some nice patience by Feld. We're going to get a look at that replay right here and see the patience in Feld holding on to that puck.
See him here on that back door, and he was able to elevate it, and that was really the key, Eric, right? You get that puck elevated, and with that goalie down, you're able to put it into the net. So 4-2 Ice Dogs with the lead.
That's our first goal since the first period, like you said, around the 3-minute mark.
So the Ice Dogs now with a 2-goal lead with 4 and change left. Here's Lefferdink. Lefferdink with some speed through the neutral zone. Just pushing it forward with one hand. He'll cut it wide. He'll take the shot. It gets into the pads of Fennel Vusco, and I thought maybe we'd get another 5-hole goal there for the Warriors, but Liam did a good job. That puck stuck to that right pad and stayed out of the net.
Yeah, he did a good job using the pad there and then just kind of slowing it down and then corralling it to hold for the face-off. Oh, we got a penalty.
We got a penalty
Hooking
here
call
on the Warrior or on the Ice Dogs as well. So a chance for Winnetka down by 2.
We're going to call a timeout here. It'll be Graham Hahn getting the hooking call. So as you mentioned, Aaron, a timely power play for the Warriors. They can cut it back down to 1 and then see where this game takes them. Likewise, this is a very important penalty kill for the Ice Dogs.
90-second penalty or 90-second power play, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
3:55 left. Timeout called by, not sure who it was called by, but you would assume maybe the Warriors.
Yeah,
I would assume.
I think it was the Warriors who did call the timeout. And again, just emphasizing the significance of this power play. You can't tie it up until you get to 3.
Yep.
And so winning the draw here for either team is the recipe for success. Doesn't guarantee success for the full 90-minute, but you want to get off to a good start.
Face off to the right of Liam Fennel Vusco. Draw is won by Winnetka. Here's a shot that hits a body. Kozel back to the point. Barron's able to keep it in for the moment. Now keeps it in with his body right along the far point. Feld now. Jackson Feld runs into Avery Carpenter. Carpenter tries to flip it off the boards, but Feld does a nice job holding there. And now with some speed, Philippa Cuff. Cuff tries to force it through to Lefferdink. Behind the net with it, Daxton Abrams. Abrams off the back wall, goes to play it himself, turns and throws it around on the forehand. Kept in over there by Barons. 2 white jerseys, 2 gray jerseys. It's the gray jerseys. Jackson Feld coming out with it. 35 seconds left. Feld walking in all alone. Feld on the backhand and misses a wide open net. Did everything but finish. Great defensive work to get clean. Great skating to get clear. Had the goalie down and out and just missed an open net. Now Avery Carpenter feeds it over to Lefferdink. Lefferdink tries to stick handle through, now throws it towards the goal. Abrams taking it wide with 5 left on the power play. Rupecki into center ice, and that'll do it for the power play with 2:24 left to go. Keegan Nelson, nice feed underneath Alt. And Keen Eaton will have to go back and play it, but he won't get there in time, and that will be an icing with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left.
Yeah, very significant penalty kill there for the Ice Dogs to preserve that 2-goal lead, and actually able to get a couple offensive chances on it, yeah, especially with Feld.
And they could have put it away if Feld had been able to tuck it in. He had Carson Harrison out beyond the top of the paint, and that net was wide open and just missed it. Eaton up to the blue line and out. Race for the puck here. That'll be Brooklyn Pfeiffer getting there first. Randall Alt on the forecheck. Pfeiffer skates back to her forehand, is able to play it to center ice. Hahn runs into Alt. Play right in front of us. Alt trying to knock it forward. Hahn kicks it to his stick, gains the blue line with 1:38 left. Hahn throws it through the crease. There was nobody there. And Charlie DuPont getting knocked down from behind, and that'll be a penalty on the Ice Dogs with exactly 90 seconds left. So assuming no goals are scored, Winnetka will be a player up the rest of this game.
Hooking call on Lucas Giovannini. So now we'll see. Yeah, they're going to pull the goaltender now, are the Warriors, to get that extra attacker.
Yep, go 6-on-4 here.
Yeah. It's even more important to win that draw.
It'll be Lefferdink to take the face-off for Winnetka, and it looks like...
Is that Feld?
I think it's Noah Rupecki.
Okay.
16, yep.
Yeah.
Thought Rupecki was going to have that hat trick. He had 2 goals in the first period, had a breakaway a little bit later on.
Yeah.
He only had 1 goal since that first period. We said that in that first period. It was a wild first, nothing in the second. 1 goal by the Ice Dogs here in the third. Draws 1 by the Warriors. Bit of miscommunication there, but they're able to keep it in. At least for the moment. Abrams tries to go up the near wall. Instead, he just skates it wide, and Abrams will work it out to center ice. Now Rupecki against an empty net. Now the other way with it, Cece Kazell. Kazell backhanding it into the offensive zone. The attempt at the net, and that will go wide by Feld, who bangs his stick on the ice. He was looking for number 2. 59.7 left. Draw back in the Ice Dogs' defensive zone.
Yeah, and again, the Warriors, for the remaining 59 seconds, will have the player advantage here. So, and again, the extra advantage with the goaltender pulled.
Another clear the length of the ice and another icing.
Yeah, everyone's going for the empty net now, and coaches, that drives coaches crazy a little bit.
go up the wall, especially on an ice surface that hasn't been scraped. It's slow, so get it up the wall, get it out of the zone, and you know, the goal is great, but secure the W.
Yeah, if you can get to the red line, then fine.
It's deflected into the corner. Abrams out in front. The shot, the score! Liam Anderson makes it 4-3 with 41 seconds left.
And that's coming off of a draw after an icing call. So again, you know, the importance of just playing the game that's in front of you, it's like it's tantalizing at any age.
Yeah, you saw Anderson right there out in front all by himself. And it's 4-3. Still plenty of time.
They still have the penalty on the board, but that should be over with.
Yeah, well, we got 5 to a side, and Harrison back in nets. Winnetka looking to walk forward with it, and Harrison will likely leave, vacate his net as Anderson is in the offensive zone. Here comes Harrison. Down low with 25 seconds. Out in front. Separated from the puck. No penalty there. Had a collision in between the circles. Hahn in the neutral zone. Throws it into the offensive zone with 10 seconds left. And Eric, it looks like the Ice Dogs are going to escape this one. Hahn has it out in front. It's out to center ice with 2 seconds. And the Ice Dogs will walk away with a 4-3 victory. And this was a fun one, Eric. We had a lot of action in that first period. Nothing in the second. Both teams buckled down a little bit defensively. The goaltending sharpened up, and it turned into a fun game tonight.
Yeah, it really did. And then with some late game dramatics there from the Warriors, getting the power play goal along with the extra attacker with the goaltender pulled. But they just weren't able to get possession on the faceoff after their third goal to then really make a go at it, and Ice Dogs hang on.
Ice Dogs hang on. They improve to 10-5-0-2. Winnetka drops to 6-9. That'll do it from the Glacier Ice Arena, where the Ice Dogs beat Winnetka 4-3. We'll be back tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. We'll be out at the Polar Dome in East Dundee for more Squirt Minor action right here on Stream Sports Midwest. But until then, have a great rest of your Friday night and Saturday morning.